we are live. So I just wanted to make a really quick video. The reason I'm doing it live is because I don't want to go through the process of editing or anything like that. I just want to do this really quick because there's been a bunch of comments coming in lately on a few of my videos of people saying things like that I'm spreading misinformation, or that I've never used Angi leads, so I don't know what I'm talking about, or that you can get you can get credits for bad leads, and so this is a non-issue. And I just want to address all these points. So first of all, misinformation. I do my absolute best to always give the best information I can. 100% honest, truthful. I speak from experience, and I'm really careful about what I say. I don't say things that I don't know for sure, or at least I'm not 99% certain of, because there's a lot of things that I'm 99% certain of. And so I respond to these comments, like I take that really seriously, and I don't mind people saying it, but if you're gonna call somebody's work misinformation, at least do your own homework, okay? So there's just been a bunch of comments about people talking about getting, you can get credits. And so let's talk about that for a second. So my background, like I've been a contractor pretty much my whole life, like working with my dad, remodeling homes. I went out and worked for a bunch of other companies. I've worked for myself, and I've used Angi's leads. I've used Home Advisor, Angie's List, House, Porch. I've used a whole bunch of these things. And Angie's List used to work really, really good for us. But about 5 years ago, it just wasn't working anymore. It was very expensive. A lot of the leads were bad. And so we canceled, and it was a huge pain in the butt to cancel, but we did it. And I've learned alternative ways to get customers online, and that's what a lot of my videos are about. But still to this day, I have firsthand experience using Angi leads because some of my clients use it. And so I'm using it for them. I'm managing it for them. I'm watching what happens. And I have multiple clients doing this, and I always ask them, like, how many people do you actually reach? If you buy 10 leads, how many of those people are you going to reach? And they say that about 1 out of 7 is actually a good lead. So take that with a grain of salt and whatever you need to do. You won't really know how it's going to work to you unless you try it. But my videos are meant to help you get an idea of what's happening before you give someone your credit card number and sign a year contract for something that you're going to regret. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual credit system, because people are saying, oh, well, you can get credits for people that you can't reach. And that just isn't true. We can go to Angi Leads' own website. They have lead credit guidelines. So let's just go through these. The very first thing it says, we may, in our sole discretion, issue you a credit. So that means it's up to them whether they do or not. And I can tell you from what people tell me, my clients tell me, that they don't get credit back for most of the leads that they would consider bad. They do get credits back if some of these criteria are met, and we'll go through those. Credits must be used or requested within 30 days. So, there's all these stipulations. You can't just go through and follow up with people for a month and then seek a credit back if you don't reach them because it's too late. So these are the criteria for them actually issuing you a credit. If the same consumer submits the same request twice, resulting in a duplicate lead. Now, this might happen on one platform, but since Angie's List and Home Advisor have been the same company for a long time, they share leads. I have clients who will buy a lead from Home Advisor and they'll get the same exact lead on Angie's List. And when they talk to the person, they say, oh, well, we just went to Angie's List. So that's proof right there that this happens, and in that case you would get a lead, or you'd get a credit back for one of those. If a lead is submitted with the wrong zip code, okay, cool, I'm sure that happens sometimes, but it's up to you to watch these really closely and notice if that happens. Wrong job type, okay. So it's basically if the person filling out the form makes an error in this lead, it wasn't even possible for you to ever get this job. A competitor testing the system, happens all the time. We used to get leads that were actually other contractors looking for quotes. They didn't understand how it worked, so they were thinking they were just going to get a quote. Obviously, we did not quote those jobs. All contact info provided by the consumer is wrong or disconnected. Okay, so if the phone number isn't a real phone number, you can get a credit. Awesome. Partial lead credits if the lead submitted under the wrong job type and the correct job type is in your profile. A lead submitted under the wrong, so if the consumer makes a mistake and puts in the wrong job, but you actually supply the job that they were looking for, then you might get a partial credit. Cool. Okay, here are the situations that are accounted for in the lead pricing and therefore not eligible for lead credits. Consumer is not calling you back. That's the main one. The majority of these leads don't answer the phone and they don't call back. Is that a good lead to you? I wouldn't consider that a good lead. Consumers already found someone else to complete the work. Well, that's obviously going to happen because you buy these leads and they get sent to multiple contractors at the same time. So automatically, if it's sent to 6 people, 5 people are automatically going to be guaranteed losers because only one can get the job. So being a loser is built into this system. Consumer changed their mind. I'm sure that happens all the time. I know from going to Angie's List website and it says, get a quote really quickly. It's super easy. It doesn't tell you that you're going to fill out this form and your contact information is going to be sold to a bunch of people. That's not super clear on their website. So people fill out these forms all the time that aren't actually ready to move forward. Who knows where they're at in the process? Maybe they're just shopping. Consumer is just shopping. This happens all the time. Someone lands on Angie's List as they're sitting there watching TV and Googled remodeling pictures or something like that. I hate to say it, but people online aren't that bright. Like, they're not paying that close attention. They're filling stuff out and you're buying their contact information if you're buying these leads. If you did not win the job, that one's obvious that you wouldn't get a credit just because you didn't win the job. Or it's been more than 30 days past. So the most important one here is there's been a couple people lately that have said, oh, well, you can get credits for the people that you can't reach. And that's just not true. Straight up, here it is on their own website. So look, I have nothing against Angi leads. I think for certain people, they serve a purpose. For a contractor who needs really high volume of leads coming in because they have a sales team that they need to keep active, obviously it's profitable for some of those people or else they wouldn't keep doing it. Or maybe they're not tracking their profit, which I just made a video recently on how to do the math and figure out if this is profitable for you. So if you're using Angi leads, do the math, track everything, figure out if it's profitable or not. Because if it's not profitable and you keep doing it, you're going to go out of business. And I'd hate to see that. And yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that. If you have any questions or comments about that, let me know. If you think I'm wrong, please tell me and be specific about what I'm wrong about, because I certainly don't want to be spreading misinformation and I certainly don't want to be acting on bad info. And straight up, like we sell websites, we sell marketing services. If Angi Leads was better than my services, I would be selling Angi Leads. Straight up. I'm just selling the best solution to this particular problem of customer